to our NCAA football win total series. It is finally time to do our last conference. We are on to the Big Ten. First team up is Illinois, and it's been a while since Illinois was consistently good. Ron Zook took them to a Rose Bowl back in 2007. He went back-to-back bowl games in 10 and 11. And since then, they made one in 2014 under Tim Beckman. Lovie Smith made one in 2019. And then Bert Bielema made one in 2022. Last year, it was another kind of average year for them. They beat Toledo to start the year. They would lose at Kansas, lose to Penn State. They beat Florida Atlantic, lost at Purdue, lost to Nebraska, beat Maryland on the road, lost to Wisconsin, won at Minnesota, beat Indiana in overtime, and then would lose at Iowa and Northwestern, the last two by 2 points each. They finished 5-7, miss a bowl game in Bert Bielema's third season. He is back for season number 4, though. And so are some other good parts. Luke Altmaier's back. He missed the final 3 games, which is part of the reason they ended up losing both those by 2 points. Last year, he was good. He could run the ball. He can throw the ball well. He did throw 10 picks, though, in his time playing. So that's going to be something he needs to fix this year. The passing game did lose Isaiah Williams and Casey Washington. It's 1,800 yards gone. Pat Bryant's back, though. He had 7 touchdown catches last year. They bring in Mario Sanders from the JUCO ranks. I like him. They have Cole Rusk, a tight end, or a good receiver coming in from Murray State, who's a tight end. He should be pretty solid as well. Running the ball, there's a mix of veterans there. Reggie Love's off to Purdue, but Caden Fagan should be the main back. 438 yards and 2 scores last year. Offensive line, they have John Geske at 1 tackle. They also have Josh Kreutz at center. Now they're also bringing in J.C. Davis from New Mexico and Kevin Wigginton from Michigan State. They've got to be better, though, at pass pro. 40 sacks last year. Some of those interceptions from Altmaier were because just of a lack of time. The defense, not nearly as good last year as they were in 2022. Devin Briggs comes in from Florida State. They also have Tara Edwards. That inside of the line should be pretty disruptive. Alex Bray's on the end. He's not really a big pass rusher. He's just a big body. Linebackers, they've got to get behind the line more. Seth Coleman and Gabe Jacobs should be their main guys. They combined for 10 sacks last year. Also, Dylan Rosicki has 82 tackles last year in the middle. He should be pretty solid. There was a drop-off in the secondary after they lost Devin Witherspoon and Sidney Brown, but they have Miles Scott and Xavier Scott coming in, 120 tackles and 4 picks last year. Corners are Zachary Tobe and Tyler Strain. Both have experience, but they need to make another step up. Biggest thing on defense, they were just awful against the run. Last year, they only 3 times were they under 100 yards rushing for opponent rushing. They won all 3 of those games. They just need to get in the backfield more, something they didn't do last year. When we look at the schedule, there's definitely some winnable games, and I like their home slate. They're going to open up August 29th against Eastern Illinois at home. They're going to start 1-0. September 7th, they get Kansas. That will be a loss most likely. I lean Moss there. Central Michigan is September 14th at home. That's another win. Then September 20th, they get Nebraska at home. I do lean Moss in that game, but they definitely could pull that one off. They finally go on the road for the first time September 28th at Penn State. That will be a loss. October 5th is their first bye of the year. October 12th, they return home. It's Purdue. I think they get the win in that one. I lean win. October 19th is Michigan. That's going to be a loss. And then October 26th, they're on the road to Oregon. That will be a loss. November 2nd, they get Minnesota. They're at home. I lean win in that one. They have a bye November 9th. Michigan State on November 16th. It's at home. I lean win in that one. November 23rd, they're on the road. They're at Rutgers. I think they take the loss there. And then November 30th, they're at Northwestern. This is at Wrigley Field. It's not at home for Northwestern. It's at Wrigley Field. That will be to get to a bowl game. I lean win there. When I look at this schedule, their winnable games are at home. They get Eastern Illinois, Central Michigan, Nebraska, Purdue, Minnesota, Michigan State, all of them at home. I only have them winning one road game, and that's Northwestern, and that's not a true home game for Northwestern. I think this is a 6-6 team. It could have been a 6 or 7 win team last year had Altmaier not got hurt. I think if he stays healthy, they're going to win 6 games this year. The over under set at 5.5 everywhere. We're going to take an over 5.5. It's sitting at plus 120 right now on Ballybet or Bet Rivers, and that's going to be the pick. If you like this content, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, share it with your friends, and we'll catch you next time.